Today I'm going to show you guys some bush medicine. This tree here, the one goes way out there, it's called Banrrrragu. But the common name for it is medicine bark tree. And that's because the bark on this tree is medicine. It cleans wounds and also medicine to help wounds to get better. It works quite effectively too, so it helps wounds to get better nice and quick as well. See, we're getting there, that stuff there. Once you've extracted the medicine stuff from the bark into the water by boiling it up or heating it up in the water, then the water becomes the medicine. So then you can either dip your parts that has the wound in there and just let it sit in there, let it soak in there for a while, or you can dip like a rag, a tea towel or something like that in there and let it soak up. Then you can take it out and wrap it around. Apparently it's good for joints injuries, sports injuries and things like that as well. So if you wrap your knee around or your hammies and things like that, it acts like a medicine in that way as well. So we'll try and get some, and then we'll boil it up, show you what it looks like at that state then. This is the stuff we want here, that bark that has the moisture. We're not trying to kill the tree, we're just trying to get the bark off it. Getting a bit now. We're getting rid of all the dry stuff. Getting some of that stuff there. That's the stuff.
Good piece?
Good pieces, yeah. We'll go down to a special spot over here, make a little fire, chuck them in a pot of water and watch it turn into the proper medicine. And this is just one different type of bush medicine that we have up here, and there's just so many different types. And the bush food alone is medicine as well, in a sense. That won't stop all the wind, but that'll help to hold the heat in there. Here's our medicine. Okay. So now, I'm going to put our medicine in here. Break it up, make it fit in the pot. Put also help it to release the goodness. And so we're going to top it up with water, so we want it to be in the water. So make sure it's nice and low. Fire's getting up a bit. We'll put the lid on to help it get hotter sooner. Alrighty, let's check the medicine. So remember before, the water was obviously clear and just had bark sitting in there. See what it looks like now. That's nice. Oh yeah, that's a bit bubbly and whatever. But the water now, it's gone that maroony color. That maroony color that's come from the bark. And that is telling me that it's probably ready. But I might leave it on for a bit longer. Let some more of that goodness come out of that bark and into the water. But I reckon that's probably ready anyways, really. What do you reckon? Right, I think I'm pretty happy with the amount of heat that's gone into it already. Did a bit of boiling now. So I'm going to take it off. It's nice and dark now. I'll just get that off and you can have a proper look at it. That's basically it. I mean, if you can see past the steam, but you can see just how dark it is in there now. Very purple compared to earlier. It was purple before, but now it's like dark purple. That's basically as good as we can get it, I reckon. That's all that goodness is coming out of that bark and into that water. Now that water is the medicine from the medicine bark. And that's Banrrrragu. So I'm going to try and put it into here first and maybe back a couple of times just to see if that cools it a little bit quicker. But while we're doing that, you can actually see what it looks like now. Remember, it was before it was just clear water and some bark. And now you can see that water is really containing all that goodness now. See all the bark? Might be pretty strong because for that little pot, I mean it's a big pot, but for that little pot it's maybe a lot of bark, so it might be pretty strong, that stuff. See how dark it is? And that's probably good actually. I think we don't need the bark anymore. That's the bark anyways. Sling that. We'll just keep that. So I've just poured that into here. Put my feet in there. It's nice and warm. See that? See the dry part of my foot? It's a bit of tinea. It's from bloody work boots or working out in a pearl farm for so long as a younger fella, wearing reef boots, muddies or booties we call them, while on the boat all day, just soaked, you know, like. Anyways, I'm not the only bloke that has it from the old pearling days. Get out of there, Loki. That might be good for you, but don't want to risk it, do we? It might be too strong. That's a smart idea. Yeah, so I'll just soak this for a little while. Got a bit more there, maybe a couple of more doses tomorrow or the next day. Woohoo! Nice and warm. I don't know if it has to be warm, but It feels better.